Welcome friends. Today's topic is census mechanism in blockchain. हम समझेंगे ये क्या है. So somewhere it is a architecture of distributed trust, a conceptual breakdown of blockchain consensus mechanism. How this can be explained? How can be possible trust in distributed network? Actually, the core challenge of this decentralized system, we are very well known that the blockchain are a decentralized system. There has no central control. We are very well known that central control has high trust, but if the single point of failure, the whole network are failure. The central node are failed, the network will fail. So, and the blockchain are a decentralized system, and there has no central control. But here is the main core challenge is to how to build trust to in between unknown nodes. They are connected in a decentralized manner. So हम इसको आगे बढ़ने से पहले थोड़ा समझेंगे what is the census mechanism blockchain. So we can say that a census mechanism is a blockchain is the process or a protocol used by distributed network nodes to agree on validity of transactions and the current state of the blockchain ledger. Since the blockchain is a decentralized system and the consensus mechanism ensure that all participants in the network maintain the same and correct copy of the ledger. I think these two lines are very well said. What is the consent? So somewhere it is a agreement for the validity of a transaction in between a decentralized node or a decentralized network. So we can also define this as census mechanism. Census mechanism is a method used by blockchain network to achieve agreement among the distributed nodes about which transactions are valid and should be added to the blockchain. So clear? It is a agreement of validity of transaction. So why a mechanism of agreement is non-negotiable? क्या क्यों इसकी जरूरत पड़ती है? क्या है ऐसा इसमें? एक्चुअली चूंकि डिसेंट्रलाइज है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नेटवर्क है, तो एक तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज द वैलिडेट ट्रांजेक्शन, इंश्योर मैथमेटिकल एंड स्ट्रक्चरल करेक्टनेस. जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन है वो वैलिडेट है. प्रिवेंट डबल स्पेंडिंग, गारंटी ये जो मैकेनिज्म by the using of this mechanism guarantee as asset is not transferred twice. Build trust by using of this mechanism, create a reliable interaction among unknown participation. Trust build करता है. Synchronize ledger, ensure all the participants hold the identical and correct copy of the and maintain security. तो security maintain करता है. If anyone change in a block, if there are no agreement to the nodes, so they can't accept as a block in blockchain. So next thing is how can consensus mechanism work. The basic working process is very simple. The first, user initiate the transactions. Then transaction broadcast to the network nodes. Nodes verify transaction using rules. A nodes or a group of nodes create a block. After they can verify, they can create a block. Other nodes validate the block through the consensus mechanism. Then after the create a block, the other nodes are validated through the consensus mechanism. After agreement, if they are all are agreed, the transaction is okay and the block is okay, the block is added to the blockchain and later is updated across all the nodes. So that's the simple method is they can initiate a transaction, then broadcast, then verify by user, then create a block, then block are validated by the consensus mechanism, mean agree to all nodes and agree to and then agree in a distributed network. The transaction is okay, block is okay. Then this block added to the blockchain. the ledger is updated. This is the simple method to work the blockchain. इसको थोड़ा सा और हम यदि सिंपल भाषा में समझे तो ये एक तरह से डेमोक्रेसी कंसेप्ट है कि किसी भी चीज़ को एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए क्या तरीका हो सकता है। तो एक डिसेंट जिसमें किसी सिंगल सेंट्रल कंट्रोल नहीं है, कोई स्टेटमेंट आएगा, यदि सब उससे सहमत हैं, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल्स आर agreed for the statement, they can so the transaction or the statement are validated, and then it is the so block are valid and the block are added to the blockchain. हम इस एग्जांपल से समझ सकते हैं कि क्या है कि मान लो राउंड टेबल पे सभी लोग बैठे हैं और someone has given an agreement, तो and someone has given an statement, so all other other persons are checked whether the entry is correct. If they are correct, they are entries. मैं थोड़ा सा और इसको बेहतर एग्जाम्पल दूँ, मान लो किसी ये जो राउंड टेबल पे 10 अकाउंटेंट बैठे हैं और ये रोज के ट्रांजेक्शन्स को अपने नोट अकाउंट बुक में लिखते हैं, सभी लिखते हैं जो भी ट्रांजेक्शन्स होते हैं, लेकिन जैसे किसी एक अकाउंटेंट ने एक ट्रांजेक्शन्स बताया तो वो तब तक नहीं लिखेंगे जब तक बाकी सब इसको वेरीफाइड नहीं करें। तो जैसे ही कोई ट्रांजेक्शन शो कर द अकाउंटेंट, तो ऑल अदर accountants are check these transactions whether it is the entries are correct or not. If they can yes it is correct, they can note down on the ledger of this transaction. So if the majority, or here is a we can say that if the majority agree, the entry is recorded in the ledger. तो यहाँ majority वाला सब यूज हो रहा, याद रखिए। कुछ इसको disagree भी कर सकते, but don't problem. If the majority of the accountant or majority of the notes are agree for the transaction, they can accept it. They are validated. So ये ऊपर जो हमने एक सिंपल अपना रियल लाइफ एग्जांपल से समझा था, और ये नीचे हमारा एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड नेटवर्क को समझने का तो कंसेंसस मैकेनिज्म जो है, द मेथड यूज्ड बाय द ब्लॉकचेन network to achieve agreement between distributed nodes about which transaction are valid or should be added to the blockchain. So जो B है autonomy of transaction, propagation and the verification. ये simple methods है. First is the initiate, then second is broadcast, third is verification, fourth is block creation, five is after block creation consensus validation. All other nodes are validated, the blocks are collected, then later are update. So there are some examples. There are two methods we can use in a blockchain: proof of works and a proof of stacks. So in the next lecture we can discuss about the proof of work and proof of stack. So I think you can understand what is the consensus mechanism. It is the agreement of the validity of a transactions. So clear? Okay. बहुत सिंपल एग्जाम्पल से हम इसको समझ सकते हैं, जहाँ कोई एक ट्रांजेक्शन होता है और वो ट्रांजेक्शन 10 अकाउंटेंट आपस में सभी लोग उसको अपने अकाउंट में लिखते हैं, लेकिन तभी लिखेंगे जब उसमें मेजॉरिटी ऑफ अकाउंटेंट्स आर एग्री दैट ट्रांजेक्शन इज वैलिड. So they can write on an account, so it means they create a block and then all other are updates and they validate the blocks and then all are update in their account means in a blockchain. So this is the consensus mechanism. Okay, thank you. In the next lecture we can understand what is the POW and POS. Thanks.